Welcome back for part 2 of box 9 of our 45 RPM vinyl records collection here at My Media Museum. And welcome to My Nightmare from Alice Cooper. Gotta love Alice. He did a lot of great stuff over the years. And beside of that being Cold Ethel. Yeah, it's kind of interesting that he's the son of a preacher man, you know, with some of the songs he's done. But he typically stays away from the dark side. And moving on, we've got, whoa, that's a really heavy-duty cardboard sleeve there. They're all like that. They probably do a little bit better job of protecting our vinyls for us. But Green Manalishi with the two-prong crown, the original Fleetwood Mac. And somebody wrote very heavy on here. Yeah, I guess it was, but when Priest did it, it became even heavier. Judas Priest, that is. If you've never heard Judas Priest do this song, you should definitely look that one up, because in my opinion, it's one of their great songs, even if it is a cover. They did a few really good covers. Diamonds and Rust was a cover, too, of a Joan Baez song, or bass. So anyways, I have problems with pronouncing names sometimes, and that's a tough one for me. But the B-side of this being World in Harmony. And now this was actually not on one of the Fleetwood Mac albums. It was a 45 only non-album release. So, and I'm talking about the Green Manalishi song there. That B-side song, I'm not sure if it was on one of the albums or not. But going back to 1970, the only way to get that was to have that 45. Next up, we've got Robert Palmer doing Doctor, Doctor, Give Me the News. He's got a bad case of loving you, which is a really good Robert Palmer song that I liked a lot, and I really like that cover. It's bright and colorful, kind of cool. B-side, Love Can Run Faster. Well, the next one up is another Robert Palmer for us, and that's Simply Irresistible, which was even a bigger hit for him, I believe, than the Doctor Doctor song. I might be mistaken, but I just remember hearing this one a lot in dance clubs and stuff back when I was actually out and about. This is says 88. I thought it went back a little farther than that, but maybe I'm mistaken. The B-side of this one being a song called Nova. And I remember him had an album, Heavy Nova. I don't think this was, maybe this was from Heavy Nova. But the years all blur together after you get to a certain age, and it gets harder to remember specific points in time. And I just would have guessed that that was a little more early to mid-80s rather than the late 80s. Anyways, the Guess Who doing American Woman. That's a classic Guess Who song that I'm sure you're familiar with and know well. And the B-side of it's a really great song too, No Sugar Tonight. I'm not sure which one I like better, actually. Probably No Sugar Tonight in my coffee. No sugar tonight in my tea. That's doesn't have the negative undertones that American Woman has, you know. And this is an interesting capital sleeve. We have seen this one before. I think I've shown it off, but since it's here in front of us right now, we'll give it a look over and see if, oh yeah, see this different sides. Maybe I didn't show the other side before. Interesting when they advertise other artists and other songs on a sleeve like that. But the song that we've got in it is Steve Miller doing Rockin' Me. Keep on a rockin' me, baby. Looks like I paid $0.25 for that one, or maybe I didn't. Some of these price tags, they're on them when I buy them in a box. Someone else paid that for. So it's possible that I gave $0.25 for it. It's possible that I bought it as a whole box. Because I tend to get the bulk of my stuff by buying boxes of 45s, not necessarily individuals. Although I do it from time to time, especially in record shops, you have to. Anyway, B-side of this one is Shoo-Ba-Doo-Doo, Ma 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 Ma. I can't hum that one for you. It's also a song off of The Joker. Rockin' Me was off of Fly Like an Eagle. So this is another one of those examples where they're promoting 2 albums with 145. And next up, David SX with Rock On, Rockin' Me Baby, and Rock On. So I think we've shown this one before, but it was there in the box, and I thought that Rockin' Me Baby and Rock On following it in the box was kind of comical, and so I decided to go ahead and show it again. And you got the Rock On A side and on the B side, which is also typical when you find this 45. It usually has the same B side. And these Peaches labels, Peaches was a record store, so I believe these were replacement labels, that sleeves that somebody, what they sold and somebody used to put their 45s back into. Foreigner, Double Vision. Really great song by Foreigner that I like a lot. And the B-side's another really good song of theirs that didn't get as much radio play from what I remember, Lonely Children. But the first 3 Foreigner albums in particular, I think I had the first 2 on 8-track and played them over and over and over. So I definitely remember this song, Lonely Children, quite well. But Double Vision is a better song. That was definitely the A-side, no doubt about it. Now, we may have shown this one before in the past too. It's getting harder for me to remember what I have shown and what I haven't. Being on box 9 of these, we've been doing this for a couple of months. I've filmed quite a few videos, and I've tried to pull out a lot of the duplicates recently because some of these songs just keep popping up over and over and over. But as I've said before, they will have different editions, different labels, and oftentimes different B-sides. This one's got a really great B-side, My Clone Sleeps Alone, which was also off of In the Heat of the Night, which is Pat's first album. And I love this song. I always thought it was kind of funny, kind of comical, that her clone sleeps alone. But yeah, definitely Heartbreaker. Everybody knows Heartbreaker, and that was a really huge hit for her. And we've got a couple of Pats here in a row. This is also this is obviously a reissued one, classics. They don't call something a classic when it first comes out, not generally. But Treat Me Right, that was a really big hit for her, and it is marked as the A-side. Because B-side is just as big a hit for her, Promises in the Dark. So yeah, this is one of those reissues, double A's. You got 2 hits on 145. Those are always nice to have. You can 2 for 1. And sometimes those B-sides were cast-offs. They were garbage. They weren't always great songs. I'm not talking about Pat, I'm talking about just in general. A lot of bands didn't take the B-side serious, and they'd put out a really big hit on the A-side and just some cast-off song on the B. Sometimes, like in the case of Rod Stewart with Maggie May, that B-side becomes more popular and takes off and surprises the band, and then it ends up getting reissued as an A-side to something. But, they're hit and miss. But when you got reissues, they're very often another hit. They want to pump that sale up. Here we've got Shadows of the Night, which was another really big song for her off of the Getting Nervous album. And the B-side of that one being The Victim, which isn't one that I remember real well. I do have Get Nervous. I do have all of Pat Benatar's albums, even some of the later ones that weren't as impressive. She hasn't done anything in a long time now, and at least not as far as I'm aware of with album releases. So it'd be interesting to see if she ever does. I would like to hear some more from Pat. She was an awesome vocalist. All right, now here we got Brandy, You're a Fine Girl by Looking Glass. I know I've shown this one at some point in the past recently, but this is a reissue on a different label. You can see they've got it marked May of 1972. On the B side, we've got October of 72 with the song called Golden Rainbow, which I don't remember by title, but being that this is a reissue with double, probably a different B-side. This is a different B-side than what was originally on the Brandy release. It might be something that you'd recognize if we put it on and gave it a listen. Next up, kind of an interesting label on this one with the little portrait there. Paula Records, not Paula's, but Paula record. John Fred and his Playboy band doing Judy in Disguise with the glasses on. That's a good song. I couldn't tell you another song that John Fred did, but the B-side is When the Lights Go Out, which is not one that comes to mind by the title and that I could hum or sing for you. But definitely know Judy in Disguise. That's a good song. And then we've got another one here that is duplicate from previous videos. Stories doing Brother Louie. This one pops up a lot too. This was a really big hit, very popular song in this area at least. You know, Louie, 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 Louie. What comes after is the B-side. But what comes after, in this particular case for us today, is another version of it with Brother Louie. You see this one's marked as 1984. That's definitely the time that this issue came out, not the original song. That original song was from 73. So here's an example of a reissue where they kept the same B-side. What comes after is still the B-side on this reissued version of the 45. So I wanted to go ahead and show both of those. I like the old Buddha, you know, it's Karma Sutra, but now it's Buddha, and that's not the better Buddha logo. That's an older Buddha logo. So that's going to wrap us up for part 2. Come on back for part 3. We'll have a lot more really cool 45s to share with you.